A Step into the Past Volume 22 Chapter 10. Book 22 Chapter 10, Surrounded by Women. Ting Song Villa employs a courtyard design. The front area is used for miscellaneous activities and the rear area is used for living quarters. All courtyards are symmetrical in design. Walking in from the main door, one will pass by a small square, followed by a sitting room, the main hall and a rear living room. The rooms on the left and right are used for various purposes, such as a study room, a playroom, etc. Beyond that is a huge garden and a Sanjing-styled residence. The residence is a cluster of 8 courtyards, clearly allocated to different people based on their status and importance. Another well-decorated garden filled with various plants and trees surrounds the residence. Feng Fei's block in right in the center of the 8 courtyards, with a backdrop of fake mountains, fountains, ponds, bushes, trees, and even potted plants. It is a view to die for. It happened to stop snowing as Xiang Xiaolong is leaving the main block. Behind the clouds, the moon is showing half its face. As the golden yellow rays shine down on the silvery white garden, it creates a soothing effect, allowing Xiang Xiaolong to relax his tense sensations. It will be heaven on earth if he is able to spend the night with Feng Fei in the upper floor of the main block. Pondering on this thought, Xiang Xiaolong had a shock as he stopped at the edge of the garden. If they proceeded with several more encounters in a similar fashion, he will eventually succumb to temptation and have a 5exual relationship with Feng Fei. Letting his eyes take in the exotic and therapeutic garden sightings, he becomes even more aware of the cloak and dagger politics and evil darkness at work. As he was brimming with emotions, a glib and sweet voice sounded out behind him. "Why is Manager Shen standing there for such a long time?" Xiang Xiaolong turned around. Like an angel appearing in the night, this beauty gracefully sashayed to him. Just one step away before the two bodies collide, she halted her advance and raised her delicate and exquisite face, looking at him meaningfully, awaiting his reply. He obviously could not tell her what he is truly thinking. He spluttered, "I am immersing myself in the wonderful landscaping of the garden. Whoever designed this garden must be a top horticulturist, being able to blend man-made structures and Mother Nature into one body, creating infinite possibilities in such a limited space." In the same instant, he detected a quick flashing of candle light from Feng Fei's room on the upper floor. He deduced that there is someone who moved to the window before hiding at a side, blocking the candle light and causing the alleged flashing of the candle light. Needless to say, she is eavesdropping on their conversation. Hearing his description, Zhu Ziuchen became intoxicated in his words. She praised, "That is an excellent description by Manager Shen. I know nature can represent certain moods and feelings. For example, a banana tree reminds me of the falling raining, a fruit tree reminds me of the autumn harvest, a wall reminds me of a row of bamboo. But never did I think of nature as thoroughly and as penetrating as Manager Shen." Xiang Xiaolong smiled. "Why hasn't Miss Ziuchen retired for the night?" Pulling the corner of his shirt, Zhu Ziuchen walked him to the side of a pond far away from the main block before whispering, "Sa Li came to see me today." Xiang Xiaolong frowned. "Why wasn't I aware of it?" Zhu Ziuchen explained. Gu Ming let him in secretly through the back door. "Ziuchen, I and him were lovers before. I cannot harden my heart to not see him." In his mind, Xiang Xiaolong can recall the venomous look in Sa Li's eyes as he was being dismissed. He questioned in a deep voice, "What did he say?" Zhu Ziuchen sighed, "I should not be telling you this, but he sounded so serious there is no way I can hide it from you. He swore he would hack you and Zhang Chuan to pieces. Judging from his tone, I am sure he has someone backing him up." As Xiang Xiaolong thought of Gu Ming, Fu Yan, and the rest of the gang who used to follow Sa Li's leadership, he can feel his own fighting spirit soaring. If he does not make the first move to rid the troop of these internal spies, in the future, a careless move could see him at a disadvantage and sustaining heavy losses. He icily quizzed, "Did you try to find out who are his backers?" Zhu Ziuchen was stunned. He is not willing to reveal his employer. "Ai. Can you please give him a way out?" He is a man who has lost everything. Xiang Xiaolong frankly state, if you are dumb enough, he will still get to own you and your riches. The fact that he is working with a powerful mastermind clearly shows that he is just making use of you. Guilt-ridden, Zhu Ziuchen lowered her head. Patting her shoulder, Xiang Xiaolong comforted, please go back to bed, I will take care of this matter. In the future, do not ever meet him alone and do come to me if you have any problems. Tugging the corner of his sleeve, Zhu Ziuchen offered, will you allow me to accompany you tonight? You are now the hero of the troop. Stretching out his hand, Xiang Xiaolong pinched her cheek, laughing, I am dead tired and had several frightening encounters today. All I want to do is to lie down and have a good rest. I will have to defer Mrs. Generous' offer. Catching up to his departing figure, Zhu Ziuchen charmingly suggested, I am an expert masseuse. Shall I serve you a round of massage? I guarantee you will fall asleep before you know it. Xiang Xiaolong is highly aroused, but he remembered Feng Fei has activated his flames of passion earlier. If he allows himself to be further 5xwily aggravated by Zhu Ziuchen's massage, the small fire can burn down an entire forest. He would lose control and violate his own commandment. Thinking about this, he reached out his hand and embraced her towards himself, giving her a light peck on her lips, gently professing, with such a fine female specimen on my bed, how can I remain unmoved and how can I fall asleep easily? Zhu Ziuchen breathed heavily, you do not love me. That is why you do not allow me to serve you. Trying his best to pacify and kiss her, Xiang Xiaolong finally slipped away after much difficulty. Before he reached his room, he was intercepted by Zhang Chuan and was dragged into his room. Zhang Chuan probed, how did you persuade Zhang Sunlong to release our men? Did you promise him certain benefits? He certainly could not be as open with Zhang Chuan as compared to Feng Fei. Pretending to break out in cold sweat, Xiang Xiaolong whispered, fortunately, the Chancellor of Chu, Li Yuan, is at the scene. He knows I represent Mistress, Feng Fei, and put in a good word for me. Zhang Sunlong is afraid of offending him and agreed to release our men as a result. Zhang Chuan frowned, do you think Li Yuan has designs on Mistress too? Today's troubles are all because you did not consult me regarding human resource management. Do not make the same mistake in the future. While he agreed with Zhang Chuan on this point, he was glad to make the mistake. Otherwise, he would not know the extent of Li Yuan's friendship. Inspired, he inquired, do you know who S.A. Li's employer is? Zhang Chuan apparently did not know about S.A. Li's secret meeting with Zhu Ziuchen and was astounded at this comment. He implored, what happened? Xiang Xiaolong mumbled jumbled, Mistress, Feng Fei, told me someone has seen S.A. Li loitering around. After a short contemplation, Zhang Chuan shook his head, I am not very sure. S.A. Li is a citizen of Zhao and he could be working for someone influential in Zhao. Xiang Xiaolong found this information to be greatly helpful. He bade his farewell and returned to his own room. Stepping into his room, a vague fragrance entered his nostrils. Xiang Xiaolong is afraid of being poisoned by sleep-inducing incense or something related and instantly held his breath. When he was about to light his lamp, Dong Shuzhen's gentle voice can be heard from his bed, I do not want the lights on. Xiang Xiaolong can feel a big headache approaching. Earlier tonight, he had been 5xwily tempted first by Feng Fei, followed by Zhu Ziuchen. He can feel his willpower decreasing with each new encounter. Moreover, Dong Shuzhen is a high-class escort and even if he laid her, he need not feel accountable for this love debt. Momentarily, his mind is filled with the possibility of this one-night stand. Dong Shuzhen naughtily cooed, why aren't you coming over? With a bitter smile, Xiang Xiaolong walked over to her. Under the faint illumination of the moonlight through the window, coupled with his familiarity of the room in darkness, he is able to vaguely see his way. Pulling the bed curtains to one side, he saw Dong Shuzhen sitting on his bed with a blanket wrapped around her body. She coquettishly smiled, please do not be mistaken. I am only here because I have some secrets to tell you. Xiang Xiaolong secretly thought to himself, what if underneath that blanket is her naked body? He can feel a sense of disappointment. Xiang Xiaolong took off his shoes and readily dumped his overcoat on a chair. Climbing onto his bed, he sat down cross-legged facing her and examined, what kind of secrets is it that has to be revealed on the bed? Dong Shuzhen's aura of exquisiteness may be inferior to Feng Fei's, but she is not too far off. Her beauty is comparable to Dan Mimi. In addition, she is at the prime of her youth, fresh and at an ideal age. Regardless of how you look at it, she is certainly an erection-inducing beauty, a person who will make you lose your self-control. Moreover, Xiang Xiaolong is filled with perverse thoughts, and he would be lying to himself if he said he is not tempted at all. Dong Shuzhen released her grip and allowed the cotton blanket to slip off, revealing her perfect hourglass naked upper body. Under the hazy moonlight, her prominent and high nose became more outstanding, as did her firm and protruding breasts, evoking countless mesmerizing sensations. The killing point is due to her fast breathing. Her supple flesh are quivering minutely, causing Xiang Xiaolong to lose his soul in this seducing rhythm. As Xiang Xiaolong was highly agitated, Dong Shuzhen's smooth and warm body snaked into his bosom, letting him enjoy the slick, fragrant, and soft female body sticking onto his own, creating intense excitement. Although Xiang Xiaolong unconsciously hugged her tightly in return, his mind remains clear and sharp. He whispered, "Can you first state your intentions?" Dong Shuzhen unwilling wriggled, causing Xiang Xiaolong to become even more disconcerted. Gritting his teeth in endurance, he refocused his mind and warned, "If you are using your body to bribe me, you will earn nothing but my disdain." It is not often that he employs such cruel words to a female, but if not for this, he will unquestionably fall into this flesh trap. As anticipated, Dong Shuzhen's body trembled and she withdrew herself from him. Xiang Xiaolong's mind is still filled with connotations of himself cuddling her tender and slim waist. He could not help but advance his lips towards her, enjoying the taste of her ruby lips. Soon, Dong Shuzhen has entangled herself around his thick and muscular neck, but after they stopped kissing, she did not try to seduce him with any suggestive actions. Seeing that he was silent, Dong Shuzhen slowly asked, "You do not love Shuzhen?" Even if he did not love her, Xiang Xiaolong could not bear to say it out, for this is against his own conscience. He bitterly laughed, "A man who does not love you is not an ordinary man. But we are now in an unusually dangerous situation and surrounded by enemies crying for our blood. If we enter into a relationship without making sure of each other's agenda, it will only complicate matters and worsen the situation." Dong Shuzhen sat up straight. She apologized, "I did not think about this point. I only wish that after giving my body to you, I would be able to enjoy some of your love and attention in the future. You are truly exceptional, even Zhang Xunlong has to make allowances for you." Xiang Xiaolong was curious, "Unlike the others, why didn't you suspect Zhang Xunlong and I came to a secret understanding?" Dong Shuzhen sweetly chirped, "Because I know you are more than that." Xiang Xiaolong immediately felt that she is a friend whom he can confide in, but is also concerned that she is just trying to sweet-talk him. He proposed, "If I am able to let Mistress Feng Fei retire peacefully and allow you to inherit her business, forming your own troupe, how would you feel about that?" Dong Shuzhen's body greatly quavered, but she recovered as quickly and shook her head, "That is impossible. I have just received news that Mistress Feng Fei is giving us away as presents, and our new owner is someone influential within the 6 eastern states. Right now, I only pray for someone to take me and my savings away from this place. It does not matter where I end up." Xiang Xiaolong smiled, "You should have known this matter much earlier and did not just receive the news." Dong Shuzhen nodded, "Your deduction is correct. But it is only today that I am able to accurately conclude that we will be presented to the influential Duke Han Chuang from the state of Han. This man has an incredible network of friends from high places and is on excellent terms with second Prince Tianjian. We cannot hope to defeat him nor escape his evil clutches." Xiang Xiaolong was stupefied, How did you conclude he is the one? Dong Shuzhen coldly laughed. Han Chuang paid Feng Fei a secret visit today and you are probably the only one who is unaware of it. If not for some sort of agreement between Feng Fei and him, why would she meet this pervert privately? His repulsive acts in bed make me want to puke whenever I think about it. Only now did Xiang Xiaolong know that Han Chuang had slept with Dong Shuzhen in the past. No wonder he had such a deep impression of her. He gently coaxed, "You can put your mind at ease. I naturally have my ways of resolving this issue." Dong Shuzhen gingerly stared at him for some time before sighing, "This is not a small matter and I will not blindly believe your empty words. Unless there is some way you can prove to me otherwise, I can only depend on myself to find a way out." Concerned that she may catch a cold, Xiang Xiaolong embraced her and lay down underneath the blanket with her. Biting her ear, he declared, "If you are banking your hopes on Zhang Chuan, you are only befriending a man-eating tiger. This man has no integrity and his heart is evil. Regarding the details of my methods, unless you bare your soul to me, there will be things I cannot reveal to you." Misunderstanding his intention, Dong Shuzhen hugged him zealously and kissed, "I can do whatever your heart desires." At the same time, she reached out her hand and began stroking his back. Xiang Xiaolong almost exhausted his willpower and halted, "That is not what I meant. I want you to tell me all the vested relationships you have with Zhang Chuan or any other individuals, as well as all related events." Dong Shuzhen stopped teasing him and made a big frown, "But how should I know if you are a die-hard loyalist of Mistress Feng Fei? Frankly speaking, my wealth is secondary to hers. In terms of looks, I lose out by an even greater margin. And you are not the least interested in my body. How can I have the confidence to align your interests with mine?" Xiang Xiaolong challenged, "I thought you said you know what kind of person I am." Dong Shuzhen bitterly laughed, "But you have always been very aloof towards me." Xiang Xiaolong sincerely pledged, "Things have changed. In actual fact, I never had the intention to deceive you. For a long time I already knew about Zhang Quan's relationship with you, but I want you to personally confess to me about it to prove your authenticity." Dong Shuzhen divulged, "Fine. I did spend a few nights with him before. He is a fairly resourceful man and even Mistress is afraid of him to some extent. He wanted me to make a copy of Mistress's, Feng Fei, latest 2 songs and he would arrange for me to stay in Qi instead of being sent to Han." Xiang Xiaolong was flabbergasted, "What?" He instantaneously inferred that the song sheets would eventually fall into the hands of Tiandan because Lan Gongyuan is working for him. If Lan Gongyuan gets to perform before Feng Fei and uses a similar tune, it would severely disrupt Feng Fei's performance. This is a truly nefarious plan. Rewarding him with another kiss, Dong Shuzhen proudly announced, "You never saw it coming, did you? As long as I can bring harm to Feng Fei, there is nothing I will not do. I will slip away before the performance, teaching her a painful lesson that not all the credits belong to her alone." Xiang Xiaolong got worked up, "Have you given it to Zhang Chuan?" Dong Shuzhen commented, "I would not have mentioned it if I had given it to him. There, I have confessed everything to you. Master Shen, what are you giving back in return to appease me?" Xiang Xiaolong finally grasped the devilish methods of these famous courtesans. Their forte lies in their understanding of the psychology of men. Pretending to be helpless creatures to evoke sympathy and protection, they do not mind using their bodies and their glib tongues to negotiate for assistance. Regardless of whether it is Dong Shuzhen or Zhu Ziuchen, they are masters of their own game. Dong Shuzhen is currently using the tactic of indirect confrontation. She has assumed that Xiang Xiaolong is working for Feng Fei and is delivering a message to Feng Fei through him. If Feng Fei refuses to let her go, Feng Fei will have to face undeniable defeat at the song and dance showdown between her and the other 2 famous courtesans. Due to her unique talent, she is unafraid of Feng Fei pressuring her into submission. Zhu Ziuchen is positively the source of her knowledge regarding Han Chuang's involvement. And Zhu Ziuchen probably got this piece of news from S.A. Li. However, Zhu Ziuchen chose not to tell him, Xiang Xiaolong, about this critical piece of information. Xiang Xiaolong is able to come to these conclusions because he knows about the special relationship between these two ladies. They are still working together, perfectly matching each other and doing their best to execute the plan from different angles. In the eyes of Dong Shuzhen and Zhu Ziuchen, they have already assumed that Zhang Xunlong has successfully bribed Xiang Xiaolong, explaining the eventual freeing of their troop members. They could not be bothered with Feng Fei's destiny. Zhu Ziuchen did not ask him about it, and Dong Shuzhen used it to indirectly praise him, making him feel good about himself and herself. Even Feng Fei, who is behaving like she totally trusts him, did not reveal about her meeting with Han Chuang. The most suited phrase to describe her is, unpredictable with hidden agenda. With all these thoughts running through his mind, Xiang Xiaolong felt that his head is about to explode. He surrendered. Your candid admission is chilling to my bones. AI. Second mistress, do you know that your words make me feel like leaving here and forgetting about everything for the very first time? Dong Shuzhen passionately served him another warm kiss and smiled. Shuzhen knows Master Shen is not someone who does not finish what he started. Xiang Xiaolong secretly admitted to her precise judgment. Unexpectedly, he strongly grabbed her waist, nearly spraining it, and icily snorted into her refined ear, Dong Shuzhen, if you continue assuming that I am blindly helping Mistress Feng Fei, and using these tactics against me, I guarantee that you will regret it for the rest of your life. Do you believe me? A frightened Dong Shuzhen softly wailed and protested, I am only pulling a fast one on Mistress. With regards to you, I am only hoping that you will pay more attention to me. Xiang Xiaolong can feel her body rubbing all over his body like a water snake. He almost lost it and pushed her slightly away before gently challenging, if I were Feng Fei and I found out that you have an extra copy of the song and lyrics, I would arrest you and Ziuchen and conduct a search for the song sheet. The song sheet will surely be found in either of your possession. Do you dare to bet on it? Like a startled bird, Dong Shuzhen shuddered violently, signaling to Xiang Xiaolong that his words have struck her vulnerable spot, which is the secret alliance between her and Zhu Ziuchen. All along, Zhu Ziuchen is using the soft approach while Dong Shuzhen is using the tough within soft approach. These approaches are specially formulated to attack Xiang Xiaolong's weakness. If Xiang Xiaolong is lacking in willpower, he would have immersed himself in their fantasies and become one of their pawns. By then, it will be beyond redemption. Fortunately, he had made up his mind earlier to not succumb to their 5ex traps, allowing him to maintain his present clarity. It might be possible that the two ladies are working together with S.A. Li against Feng Fei and himself. From the standpoint of Dong Shuzhen and Zhu Ziuchen, they will cooperate with whoever that they can derive the most benefits from. If Xiang Xiaolong had assumed that the ladies genuinely appreciate him, then he will be the greatest fool on earth. Both of them exchange looks with each other under the dark and dimly lighted surroundings. After some time, Dong Shuzhen sadly asked, what makes you think in such a manner? Xiang Xiaolong sighed, why don't you go back and think about it? I will not say anything about the song sheet to Mistress. If you want to threaten her directly. One day, when you can place your complete trust in me and stop working together with despicable cads like Zhang Chuan, S.A. Li, please come and talk to me. Only then will I do my best to help you and I ask for nothing in return. Dong Shuzhen tried to dispute further but Xiang Xiaolong angrily bellowed, get out. 2 rows of teardrops began to roll down the corner of Dong Shuzhen's eyes. She noiselessly left his bed. Beyond the bed curtains, Xiang Xiaolong saw her covering her milky, jade-white body with her clothes and nearly wanted to call her back to his side. Ultimately, he hardened his heart and watched her take her leave.